everyone, this is Springheart the Llama, and welcome to my general review of The Dragon Prince. The Dragon Rinse? No, The Dragon Prince. Episodes 1 to 9, aka Book Moon, aka the first season. So, spoiler warning now, though this is going to be a quote-unquote general review, I'm going to be as vague as possible. However, if you really look at the plot summaries, not a lot happened during the first 9 episodes of content, and that's not good. So, The Dragon Prince is a Netflix show done by the same glorious mind that gave us Avatar, The Last Airbender, Aaron Yes. So, it's very apparent that he made Avatar, The Last Airbender because he is definitely recycling the same things, which is fine because us of the Avatar fandom are hungry, very hungry for new Avatar content, which apparently from articles I've seen, we aren't gonna have to wait very long, so putting a pin in that excitement. So the recycled things he does in this show is he does things like the title card style is the same, so you get a book and a chapter. Ooh. There's also things like there's 3 kids on a quest with an animal companion. There's one big bad villain. His 2 kids are tracking down our main heroes. There's a cool badass strong woman with a disability, this time with sign language. Sorry, I made a fun sounding voice, but no, she's really cool. I really like her and I want more of her. Like, I'm really frustrated that there was not subtitles because I don't know sign language. I had to go into Reddit to figure out what she was saying. And I have to stop right here and just say, her interpreter is the most adorable thing ever. And I freaking love him. Like, every time he was on screen was delightful. His voice actor is the best. Like, he is one of my favorite parts of this entire show. And it's not because he's a ginger. Like, he is hilarious. Please, more of him. So the premise of this show, which is explained in the first 2-3 minutes of the first episode, I have to call shenanigans or WTF storytelling because there is one human, who discovers a new type of magic, dark magic. Which, how could I possibly forget that it's dark magic? Because you hammer it in that it is dark magic, you say it like 3 or 4 times within 20 seconds, which is not a cool type of magic. It literally sucks the life force out of creatures when you use it. Like, it's not fun, cool magic. So, when this one dude discovers this magic and becomes the Fire Nation, the elves and the dragons, who are super cool looking, by the way, and also, just a side note, everyone's character design in the show, super awesome. Absolutely love it. Everyone's stunning. I love it. So anyways, when he becomes the Fire Nation, the elves and the dragons banish the entire human race to the other side of the continent for one man's actions. There's a shot of humans crying as they're forced out of their homes. Like, was there more than one of them doing it? I don't know, because you didn't say anything. I didn't see, like, a bunch of followers of him doing stuff. No, they literally like, one of you did it, therefore all of you have to leave. Way to go, Todd. It literally felt like a story in the Bible where even the apple, but it wasn't explained like that. It was just like, nope, you're all kicked out. So, the elves and the dragons are super racist. But so are the humans, but I can kind of see where the humans are coming from because they were kicked out of their homeland originally, so yeah, no, it's really awkward. So this is the shenanigans because it's not properly explained here. I'm assuming because this is how it's portrayed to me, the audience. I'm assuming once they got kicked out of the magical lands, they then learned dark magic because that's how it's portrayed. But I'm assuming that what you were trying to show me is that he had a bunch of followers that learned dark magic and then they were like, we kick you out now. But that's not how it's portrayed. It's portrayed that once they got kicked out of the magical lands, they learned dark magic to try and get back into the magical lands. So now there's a war going on between the borders of the non-magical lands and the magical lands. And the border is guarded by the Dragon King, who last summer, oopsie, the humans killed him, and I don't feel bad, okay? I'm supposed to feel bad for this. I feel bad for the prince who was an egg who apparently, quote-unquote, was killed. Because you kicked a bunch of innocent people out of their homes. I don't feel bad for you guys, okay? Like, I feel sorry for the humans. But through a series of unusual events, not unfortunate, well, technically unfortunate because bad storytelling, it's discovered that the dragon prince who's still in an egg has been held captive by our main villain in a spooky scary dungeon. And our two human princes and a young moon shadow elf assassin go out to return the egg to the other side, hoping to stop the war. So minus the little hiccup of storytelling, it's a pretty good premise and it leaves it pretty open to adventures and world building, which is what I loved about Avatar and I definitely loved here. And along the way, we learn about elves and the magical realm, but it's weird because we're in the human kingdoms, but we're not learning about humans. We know they're militarized and they have many kingdoms. That's it. I mean, I know they don't have really cool horns coming out their head and stuff, but I'd still would like to know a little more about the human race, other than the fact that one human screwed them all over in the beginning. Like, come on. Maybe they'll explain it more in the next book. I don't know. Hopefully. There's one part of this show, and it's a big part of the show, that I'm not enjoying. It's very hard to not see it, which will probably deter many people from actually watching this show, and it is the animation. So I'm not talking about the actual visual drawing style, I'm talking about the quality. So the show is done in 3D animation, and they decided that they would lower the frame rate so it would resemble, and I quote, 2D animation. And quite frankly, I call bullshit, because it looks atrocious. 2D animation does not look like this. If I go watch Avatar, it does not look like this. If I go watch any 2D animation, it does not look like this. This looks like really, really bad stop-still animation that I did in high school. And that's saying something, okay? There were times where I legitimately thought, because this is on Netflix, that my computer had legitimately started to lag. And I was waiting for the little loading circle to appear. Like, there's one shot where Claudia is looking through a shelf and she awkwardly looks left and right. And I was sure that the video stopped working. Or there's another shot where Elias is on her wolf companion, and I literally blinked, and when I opened my eyes, she was gone. Like, I can't express how extremely painful it is to watch Jake movements like this for 20 minutes at a time. Like, I can only think of 3 moments where this style looked fine, and one of those moments, they sped up the animation because it was a fight scene. That's not good for 9 episodes worth of content. And 2 of those moments were like visually different. Like there was a moment with the siblings in the cave and the slug monster. And so I have to stop and tell you about the slug monster. So there's a slug monster, and because of the color palette, I honestly thought they had copied and pasted him from an 80s anime. And it was beautiful. He was so cool. And I honestly think if you took the color palette from an 80s anime, tried to make it an 80s anime, it would work in this style, okay? Just do it. I am, however, very curious because my friend has one of those TVs that smooths out motion by adding extra frames, and I'm wondering if it will improve the quality of the show if I try and watch it again. Hi! So, just a quick update. I went to my friend's house and oh boy, no. Her TV did nothing, absolutely nothing. It made it worse. So it was painful, and my friend who can't see the differences between her TV adding extra frames, she could see this. So that's definitely saying something. This is just a little update to that. Back to your normally scheduled review. But for what it's worth, I am enjoying everything else about this show. The characters, while they share similar roles to Avatar, are in fact very much their own. For example, the siblings tasked with hunting down our heroes are nothing like Zuko and Azula. Claudia is a funny bookworm mage, while her brother Soren is a dimwit, but is a talented swordsman. And they have a rather healthy sibling relationship rather than Zuko and Azula. They make jokes, and they have this fun chemistry on screen. I absolutely love it. And I am curious to see what happens in the next book. I hope, however, that they listen to all the feedback they're getting and maybe up the frame rate of the show. Maybe they'll release like a special edition box set with a nice frame rate update, because as it stands right now, it's very hard to watch this show. In fact, it's very unlikely that I would buy a box set of this show because it really is only the good writing and the interesting characters that have me hooked on this show. It visually, minus the cool character designs, it's very hard to watch. So The Dragon Prince, as it stands, gets a 3.5 out of 5 from me because while it has good qualities going for it, like dark magic, the animation will slowly suck the life force out of you as you watch episode after episode. So now I want to hear from you. Have you seen The Dragon Prince? Are you going to give it a chance? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is Springheart the Llama, signing off and reminding you all, it's okay to be a drama llama every once in a while.